Hey guys, this is Rudy for Bester Investor. It is Saturday evening. It is November the 7th. I thought what I would do, since I don't sleep, you shouldn't either, and I thought I'd take a quick look at what the analysts are saying about Occidental Petroleum and give you a quick flyover of a few analyst reports as we head into Q3 earnings report. Occidental Petroleum is reporting on Monday. That will be November the 9th. And the webinar and conference call will be on Tuesday, November the 10th. So anyway, let's quickly take a look and see what the analysts are saying. Right now, as of today, obviously no one's been doing any work since yesterday. The analyst consensus overwhelmingly is hold if you're in Occidental Petroleum. Two guys are brave enough to say buy it, and two guys are saying it's going to outperform. Three, on the other hand, are saying it's going to underperform, and two are maintaining a sell. So let's quickly see how they sort of shape up and how they ranked Occidental Petroleum. So the first thing we want to look at quickly is the earnings per share estimate revision trends. We can see this has been very consistent for the current quarter. Almost everybody over the past few weeks or so, you can see on the left-hand side here, it says consensus earnings per share estimate. The mean 1 week ago, 1 month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, you can see it's fairly consistent at negative 73 to 71 cents or thereabouts. And you can see for the next quarter, they also are very consistent with the numbers sort of trending in a range of around negative 51 cents to negative 58 cents. So they all tend to be sort of in that ballpark. For the current quarter, 70 and a bit negative, and for the next quarter, 50 and a bit negative. So we'll have to see how they shape up when Monday swings around. How many analysts are covering it? So in the current quarter, we have 22 analysts covering it. You can see there's quite a delta between the low and high estimates for Occidental Petroleum, so negative 90 cents compared to negative 40 cents. And it's kind of how you arrive at that mean number that's slightly above it. But anyway, that's where we are right now in terms of their predictions. So let's look at the individual agencies, or rating agencies, or the analysts. So you can see research team up there is the first one I'm showing you. But I also feel it's interesting to kind of show you research teams rating accuracy 22.2%. So by their based on their history, they are not incredibly accurate. The last time they did this report, it's really small up here at the top. It says October 31st. Research team RT said reduce if you have a holding in Occidental. They downgraded Occidental from hold, obviously to reduce. It's been 260 days at that current ranking. That's what this tiny little text says up here for you right now. And the actual percentage change since the current rating was issued, negative 77%. And of course, we know that the coronavirus helped with that impact, at least probably in the most positive way. We have seen a little bounce back since that March-April crash. But anyway, here we are, and this is RT's ranking. There's a couple of rating informations here, but I'm not going to go into these because I'm covering them on the next slide. So actually on the next few slides. So the next one is new constructs. No surprise here, they say Occidental is unattractive at its current price and its current graph, and whatever it is that you want to look at, of course it's unattractive. In fact, one of the reasons why it's so interesting to me is because it's unattractive and it's undervalued. And in other words, everything that could possibly be wrong with Occidental Petroleum is probably a combination of all the things that make me interested in Occidental to begin with. Anyway, they provide some rating details here at the bottom. I'm not going to go into this either. It's obviously overwhelmingly negative because the stock is rated as unattractive by new constructs. Interestingly enough, so far, neither RT or new constructs offer a target price. They just say, this is horrible, stay away. The next one is the street. They sort of a little bit more positive, albeit only slightly more positive, but they do say sell. and then they give you the rating there. The market cap down to when they did this report on November 1st, the Occidental market cap was only 8.5 billion. It is almost impossible to believe or understand how the combination or combined company of Occidental Petroleum and Anadarko together could be valued by the market, because that is the market capitalization according to the stock market of 8.5 billion dollars. There's nothing too surprising on here. By now we all know what the stock performance looks like, the growth, return on equity. These are all historical numbers. So once again, it will be interesting to see what happens after Q3. The next one we're going to look at over here is Cfra. They have a hold recommendation on Occidental, so they're one of the sort of, let's call them middle of the range type rating agencies or analysts covering this particular stock. We don't have a price target. There's a 12-month price target over here of $11. Well, Oxy is currently trading at $10, so it's not too far off their price target. If Occidental were to shoot above $11, Cfra can simply just adjust their price target, and conversely, if Oxy drops back down to $8 or $9 after Monday, Cfra will just revise it down again and say the new price target is $6. So I don't pay too much attention to that, but it's kind of interesting to see how the market ranks the actual stock and the future potential for this particular stock. Next one we're going to look at here is forward equity research. I have a few of these. I'm nearly done, so if you're still here and you're still watching this, there's probably another 3 to go after this one. Rating is 5. 5 is not a great rating. They projected Oxy, underneath my scribbles here, will strongly underperform the market over the next 6 to 12 months. The target when they did this report was on November the 6th. The price was on November the 6th, $10.01. The earning strength is very negative, the relative valuation is very negative, and the price movement is very negative. If we look at some of the slightly finer print just beneath this over here, you will notice perhaps that they say the 1-year price down negative 74% is obviously very negative. I think it's fair to say we all know that. Over the last quarter, it was down 35%. That's very positive. And then over the last 1 month, it's down 1.2%, which they say is positive. They also have an interesting little grid here where they do a peer group comparison. And they say the overall rating, quality rating for Occidental Petroleum is good, similar to Hess and similar to Imperial Oil, whilst Murphy is average. So if you're invested in all 4 of those or more than just one of those, it might be interesting for you to take a look at forward equity research and to see how they compare Occidental to its peers. This particular slide here comes from Market Edge. They rate Occidental Petroleum neutral, which is kind of the same as saying hold. The stock shows mildly improving conditions. If you are short this stock, hold your position. Do not initiate new short sales. The stock is not a buy candidate. So basically, they are literally neutral. They are telling you not to short the stock because you might lose money, and they're saying you probably shouldn't buy it. And to be fair, there are many other stocks that you could possibly buy that are certainly a far lower risk than Occidental Petroleum. So this is kind of a risk-reward analysis, and it depends on many different variables. Sometimes people ask me, hey, Mr. Oxy, should I buy Occidental here or now? Should I buy it at $8? Should I buy it at $9? You know, I can't make that call because it depends on so many things. It depends on your liquidity, your earnings, when you need the cash, what age you're at, what the purpose or reason is for making that investment in the first place. You know, so that's one of the reasons why I don't provide any financial advice. I just give you education, and in this particular instance, I'm just doing a little bit of research for you so that you don't have to. Now, the last one we're going to look at over here is Market Watch. It's one of my favorite analysts in terms of coverage because they are one of the most detailed agencies and they provide extraordinarily good quality information. Saying the last close on November the 6th was $10.01. The fair value, $24.82. We'll have to see how we go. The market cap as it closed was 9.3 billion. Most of the other things we know here, this is the graph. You might not be able to see this, but this little dotted line here kind of shows you a trajectory in terms of where they see the stock trending over the next few weeks or so, certainly going into 2021, and we're getting close to 2021. Company profile, there's nothing sort of new here, there's nothing interesting. The quantitative scores are always interesting. The quantitative moat, Occidental doesn't have one. Obviously, we know they're scrambling to service their debt, selling off assets and doing debt tender note issues, and raising capital any way they can, plus a nice possible uptick in free cash flow and more revenue generated because of the WTI price, sort of in the $40 range for most of Q3. In fact, for all of Q3. Valuation undervalued. We know that Occidental is undervalued. The quantitative uncertainty is extreme. We don't know. In fact, as I speak to you right now, I have no idea what's going to happen on Monday, but I kind of anticipate, and maybe it's because I'm an optimist or because I'm a little bullish on the stock right now, that Q3 is probably going to give us some good results. But to be fair, we actually have no idea. And then the financial health is weak. I just talked about that a minute ago. As I said, Occidental was scrambling to reorganize, cut operational costs, and raise money any way they can in order to service their debt load. Guys, on that note, I'm going to wrap it up. So this is my sort of take on Occidental Petroleum going into Q3 earnings call this coming Monday. And I've added this caveat here. I'm basically saying, much like the mainstream media, the OXY analysts are pretty much all over the map. And if you had asked me a week ago who was going to win the U.S. election, in fact, I confidently said, just based on the fact that the mainstream media was telling us that Biden was going to win, Trump was going to win. So I was wrong on that one. Well, I'm not too sure yet, because right now we don't even know that. But we don't know what's going to happen going into Monday. I hope it's going to be good for you guys. I wish you the best of success if you are long in Occidental Petroleum. And I hope the quarter delivers the kind of results that you would anticipate. I'm certainly confident, and I hope it's going to be good. Guys, if you like my videos, please take the time to subscribe. So this is Rudy for Better Investor signing off. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys probably on Monday or Tuesday, for sure. Bye.